I sure hope you have core values by which you run your business. Secondly, once you've identified those core values, I hope you hire off of those core values. And I've spoken about that at AAO, I've spoken about that at Summit. It's really important to hire based on core values. Because if someone violates those core values, how could they still be in your office? Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another episode of your 5-Minute Friday. I'm your host, Dr. Glenn Krieger. And all these conversations we've had recently about wellness, self-help, we've talked about technology, there's been lots of conversations. Today I want to talk about people. Now, it's a tough hiring world out there. We've talked at great lengths about ways you can avoid having to hire more people or rely on people by implementing technology and save money at the same time. We don't need to get into that conversation today. What I do want to talk about is when it's a hard hiring environment, you tend to be a little bit more tolerant of behaviors that might otherwise not be tolerated. And I want to just use this short 5-Minute Friday today to let you know. I sure hope you have core values by which you run your business. Secondly, once you've identified those core values, I hope you hire off of those core values. And I've spoken about that at AAO, I've spoken about that at Summit, I've spoken about that many times. I'll be speaking about it again this year. It's really important to hire based on core values. And you only need 5 or 6 core values that everybody kind of agrees with. Because if someone violates those core values, how could they still be in your office? Let's give you an example. Let's say honesty is one of your core values. If someone's dishonest, how are you going to keep them in your office? You can't tolerate that. I don't need you to share all of my core values when I hire you. I don't. Nobody's going to match all of the core values. But you shouldn't be completely opposite of them. If one of my core values is joy or fun is one of our core values, if you come in and I ask in my interview for you, hey, by the way, tell me the last time you had fun at work, and you say, oh, work's not supposed to be fun. Work is work. And I come and I do my work and there's no joy or fun at work, you're not being hired, okay? Now in today's difficult hiring world, you might hire that person knowing full well what you're getting. But the point of this whole conversation is that hopefully you have core values, hopefully you're hiring around core values, and hopefully you're firing around core values. If someone violates my core values, they're gone. I can't keep you around. Right? If you've proven to me you're dishonest, why would I keep you? If you've proven that you are a toxic apple that's going to ruin everybody around them, why would I keep you? So what I'm getting at in all of this is you will never, ever regret firing that toxic employee in your practice. Your team will applaud you. Ask around and you'll find out the day that you let go of toxic employees, typically the office produces more, stays on time. With one less employee, you tend to do better. Why? Because the whole team pitches in. And nothing sort of ruins the spirit of a great employee is to see you tolerate the crappy spirit of a bad employee. So your homework for this is to identify if you have toxic employees. Now you can't fire them all. I'm the only one who's ever done that. I literally fired everybody but one of my employees on one given day. And it was fine, it worked out. Don't let people violate your core values. Don't let your team push you around. Don't be held hostage. And here's the craziest part. And I'll get a bunch of amens out there from people who've been there. When you let go of that one indispensable, and I'm use air quotes when I say that, when you let go of that one indispensable employee, the first week after they're gone, the things you're going to discover that make them a whole lot less indispensable if you'd known that ahead of time. There's nobody in the practice who's indispensable, including you. Just remember that. So if you get somebody who's toxic, you get somebody who's causing problems, you get somebody you've tried to solve and you can't, let them succeed elsewhere. Right? As I say, I invite you to succeed somewhere else. It doesn't have to be nasty. It doesn't have to be mean. As a matter of fact, it shouldn't be nasty and it shouldn't be mean. It should be as kind and as positive as you can make it. If they want to get nasty and mean, that's their prerogative. It only reinforces your decision to let them go. So do me a favor. Don't tolerate mediocrity. Don't tolerate crap. Don't tolerate toxicity. Underachievers tease us with their potential. If you got that person, you've had them for years and they're just not ever getting any better and they're getting in the way, invite them to succeed elsewhere. I hope I'll see you at Summit, Orthopreneur Summit, opsummit2025.com. As of the recording of this, very few seats left. Don't know if there are any left when you hear this, but you better get them soon because it's September 18th. So see you there and have a great day.